All right, hey guys, we're gonna go over section 4, so the dish station. I'm gonna be holding the camera, so that's why you can't see me right now. It won't let me flip it. But we're just gonna go over this a little bit. So the first thing, when you get here, you clock in, but your list is on the wall. So this will this will go through everything that you need to do. So the first thing you see here is that you're gonna clock in. We should always have the iPad in the back for you guys. So you can just do that when you get here. I don't think anybody really has any questions on that. So the next thing we're gonna do is turn on the dishwasher, and that just means we're gonna run one cycle first. So you're always gonna run the dishwasher before we put any dishes through, but all you have to do is turn the on button. It's gonna warm up a little bit. I usually let it get up there quite a ways before I actually run it. It seems to be sitting pretty static right now. So we're just close it. And this is gonna allow it to fill and then also warm up in that same process. So you can see right here it's saying fill, and then it should also heat up as it goes through that. So while that's going, you can go on to the next one when you turn on the exhaust fan. So that's that black switch right here. It says dishwasher exhaust hood, so you just turn that on, the light will light up, and you can make it hear a little noise. So the next thing you do is lay out the black floor mats. I'm not actually going to do that today just because I think you guys know how to do this. So you're going to lay these out. We'll put most of them here, all the way from the door. We got a little rain coming in, so ignore that. All the way up to where you're standing here. And then the last one is going to go over in front of the ice bin. They spill a lot of ice throughout the night with the bar and everything, so we want to make sure it's not too slippery. So the next thing we're going to do is fill the black tubs, which are those bus tubs, with pre-soak and warm water to soak silverware. So you're going to come over here, you grab 3 of these. I'm just going to grab one for now. But you'll take that over here. You can set it right underneath. This is your pre-soak. And put your water in. And if it's not coming out, make sure you turn this here. So if this is off, it's gonna go out your spray nozzle instead of here. So we'll turn that on a little bit. I like to put a little water in first. And then we hit the button, and it's gonna dispense that pre-soak in there. So you're gonna do this 3 separate times with 3 different bins. One for your knives, one for your forks, and one for your spoons. So kind of mix that together a little bit. And you're gonna fill that so it's about half full. And as you can see, our dishwasher is filling, and it's still kind of warming up. It's bouncing back and forth a little bit there between degrees, but that's getting warmed up for us. So you'll just fill this about halfway. I'm not gonna fill it all the way because we're not gonna actually use it. But then you're gonna take these and you're gonna line them all up over here against the wall. So one thing I just wanna note is that when you guys are doing this, I know you tend to throw the silverware in there and it's gonna splash against the wall. So at the end of the night, make sure you wipe off the walls. If you need to pull the table away, get in the back, get along the sides, otherwise it gets really gross and it just doesn't clean as nicely when we do get the chance to deep clean it. So if we just clean it routinely every night, it goes by a lot faster. So then the next thing we're gonna do is make sure the dish station is set up. So we need trash is lined and near scraping station. So I got a couple of them here. You usually only need one right away, but with food scraping in it, you don't want it to get it too full so that it's too heavy to dump later. But you put that right next here. They're gonna bring your plates here, and then you're gonna scrape them right into your trash can here, bring them over to your dish station, and line them up and wash them. So the next thing we're gonna do is wheel empty glass racks to scraping station. Gray are your water glasses, red stripe is your wine, and the brown stripe is your coffee. Now I know that can take up a lot of room. So if you just want to grab the top rack, there should be a rack of all empty ones, and just grab the one empty crate from each one, and you can set them over by your station. So you can put them, one should fit right next to your silverware, and then you can put the other 2 underneath if you want. But I know having the racks over here can take up a lot of room and just kind of get in the way. So then you're just gonna do your during the event tasks. So you're gonna make sure you scrape all the food off the plates before running them through, as well as spray them down before they go through. So you're gonna scrape them over here, bring them over here, put them in the bins, spray them off with your spray nozzle here, and then slide them through and close them and wash them. We have a blue scrubbers for stainless steel, green and silver scrubbers for everything else. So those are in here. So we have the silver ones and then the blue one for your stainless steel. So those are what you want to use on those. The silver will scrape the stainless steel, so don't use that. And then we have do not wash list items for items that do not go through the dishwasher. So that's right here. Anything stainless steel, your bus tubs, your water pitchers, your air pots, punch fountain pieces, and serving trays. So the plastic, when it goes through, it gets too hot and it deforms, and if it has a lid, it won't go on right, or they just start to get kind of dingy looking. The same with the air pots and servers. They're not going to seal right, and they're going to start to spill, or the plastic on it is just going to deform from the metal pieces. So that's why a lot of those can't go through there. The next thing you're going to look at is wash any sort of serve items TVEC uses. So such as the air pots, water pitchers, punch fountain. So usually the person in charge of punch fountain will wash that, which is great. But the air pots, water pitchers, it's kind of just a team effort. The water pitchers will all get done by server 4, but I think the air pots usually get done by whatever server is in charge of coffee. But we want to make sure those all get done by hand. Caterer is responsible for any service items they use. So if they use our serving bowls, our utensils, our chafing dishes, they are in charge of cleaning those. But we do want to make sure they're doing them correctly. So you guys are kind of in charge of watching that and making sure it's done correctly. Our BM will help you out, but sometimes they're out in the event hall and they don't have a chance to kind of keep an eye on that. And then it says if you have over 250 guests at the event, you should empty out and refill the reservoir if it starts to look soiled or soapy. So this is your reservoir, is what's in the bottom of your dishwasher here. So you can see right in here, ooh, sorry guys. There's some water in there. We'll stay back here, it's too warm in there. But that's your reservoir, and so that's the water that's continuously wash your dishes. So if you have a lot of guests, that's going to get really dingy and gross. So it does drain some of the water and put new water in, but obviously it's not going to cycle out all of that. So if you need to drain it and refill it, just lift this, let it drain out, shut that, and then shut your dishwasher again and let it refill again so you have some clean water. Do the same with your silverware bins. If you're soaking dirty silverware in dirty water with chunks all over it, it's not going to soak as well as your clean soapy water. So if you need to refill these as well, feel free to do that. It'll just help your process go along a lot better, and they won't need to be polished. They'll still be polished, but they won't need to be polished as bad. So when you're cleaning up, wash and dry black silverware tubs. So that's these. So you're going to dump these out, you're going to wash them, you're going to dry them, and you're going to stack them back in the stack where you got them from. The next thing is you're going to empty the dishwasher and the reservoir. So we're going to empty the reservoir here. Let that drain out. Alright, so we can see that's empty. So you can close that, and then you're going to pull this out, and any gunk that's in there, you're going to dump out. I'll finish cleaning that out in a minute. But you're going to want to make sure that's all cleaned out. Sometimes we have silverware drop down, so make sure you grab that out, or if there's any other gunk anywhere else in here, make sure you just wipe it out. If it sits, it gets gross, and then we get like rust issues and stuff like that. So clean strainer bucket and debris bin. So this is this lovely deal here. So you're going to take this out, spray it out, wipe any big gunk that can't go through the holes, and make sure that looks nice and clean so that when the next person comes in, they don't have to clean it before they use it. Run garbage disposal. So that's down here, so you're just going to hit the start button there, and then you can hit the stop, and it says do not restart immediately. So if you use it, wait 5 seconds before you try and use it again, because it's probably not going to work right away. The next thing you're going to do is kind of just clean everything. So you're going to spray down the dish station with vinegar and dry. So your vinegar is over in that cleaning pail over there. So you're going to grab that and you're going to wipe down your dish station. So that's all of that over there. And then the next thing you're going to do is sat and shine the dish station. We have a whole bunch of bottles right here. Spray that on there, use a green rag, buff it up real nice. So then we leave the dishwasher open to dry. So don't close this at the end of the night. It's gonna get like a mildew, musty smell in it, and we don't want that. So leave that open to dry. Turn off your exhaust hood. We wanna make sure we do this at the end of every night. You're gonna roll up your kitchen mats and place on top of the dish station. So they're gonna go back over here. These should be rolled up a little nicer than this, so they're nice and tight and they lay nicely on top of each other. During the winter season, they can get really gross and muddy with you guys coming in and our caterers coming in. So if you need to hose them off, you can do that. It's probably easiest to take them to the mop station in the garage and just kind of hose them off, roll them up, and set them back up here. If you need help lifting them, just grab a friend. The next thing you're going to do is sweep and mop the kitchen. Move everything so you can mop the entire floor. Now this means everything under here too. So grab this out. You don't know what gunk has fallen under while you're throwing silverware up there and moving plates. Sometimes those racks are over here. So pull those out, sweep them, mop, and then you also want to pull out all of these. Sweep and mop. And if we should be moving these as well. So your drink carts, move them out, sweep, mop underneath them. Move your trash cans, move the table, all of that fun stuff, and do that all throughout the room. The next thing you're going to do is take out all your garbage, all your kitchen garbages, and reline. So that's all those big ones here. If they get too heavy, especially the ones with the food, feel free to take them outside, tie them up, roll the whole trash can out with you, and grab a friend and have them help you dump it out. We don't want you to have a broken bag all over the floor and you gotta sweep and mop all over again. So feel free to roll the whole trash can out and dump them out that way. And then after the event, we're gonna assist the servers with their kitchen sections. So ideally, if you guys are able to get done first, you can help out with them. Otherwise, if it's the other way, they'll help you guys out. And then you will help the team flip the event hall if needed, or break down anything that needs to be taken down. If you guys have any other questions about how to run any of this, or any other questions about section 4, let us know. But that's kind of the gist of all of that. Yeah, so let us know if you have any questions or need further explanation on anything.